Oh, let's see how long you just sit there and not react.
I carried on.
Oh, how you doing? You all right?
Not bad, mate. You?
Yeah. Besides being jet lagged like a bitch.
Nobody cares. Nobody cares.
What this weekend? That's just gone, mate.
Just chilled out. Just
Chilled
relaxed.
out.
Yeah.
Couple films and that.
Mm-hmm.
Nice. Pretty much same, really. Got so much.
Nice.
I was,
Nice.
Yeah, just chilling, mate. Yeah, took a plane.
Nobody cares.
Yeah, it was good to see you out there. Oh, sorry.
Yo, listen, yeah. Do you know how much I wanted to kill you receiving them voice notes? It was every day.
Sorry, mate. If I find it funny, that's the main thing. You know what I mean? I've got to find it.
Like I wasn't getting pure FOMO as it was, and then I just randomly out of the blue receive a voice note going, "Yo, Stro, where are you? Come meet us." Ah, sorry, mate. I asked you to get me a hat or something. You're like, just get it at the event. Oh, sorry, bro. I was like, I swear to God, I'm gonna kill him.
I didn't actually get you anything either as well. I forgot.
Oh, you're a fucking scumbag.
Sorry, mate. Sorry.
Absolutely.
Like, if anyone doesn't know what's going on, first of all, click subscribe, drop us a like, tell in the comment who's your favourite out of being Stro, and we'll go from there. But we were
obviously everyone's just gonna lick your ass.
Oh, I don't know. Oh, why have we done this? I'm so tired. Right. So, if anyone doesn't know, we was over in Canada over the weekend. Shotty Horroh battled T-Rock, Bizzlebomb battled Junch. It was brilliant. Obviously, the Sunday had Reneo, Ren DMC, and Candy from Penge, who put on a good show as well, man. It was a good event all around, good weekend, good to be back around the King of the Dot people. Good, nice to bump into so many Canadian fans that were saying they love what Prem do and stuff like that, and they, mentioning battles they've been watching in the tournament. It was dope, man. Good to be back though. King of the Dot was where we wanted to be, and we were there, weren't we? You might have to carry this combo tonight, Stro, because I'm like absolutely dead. But here we are, we're back, baby. My favorite. Shut up, Kingsley. What you say, mate?
I said you want Canada, you can carry it.
Yeah.
Put your big roll pants on, you'll be fine.
We'll let this build up for a second. Give it a share on your socials, and we'll get talking. Anyone got any questions about where and when it matters? That's what we're here for. We usually do this at the end of each block. Obviously, the end of the block was last Sunday, but in case you haven't heard, we were in Canada. Well, I was in Canada, and we could do it, could we? So this is our opportunity to talk about the battles that have been, talk about the battles that are coming up, and any feedback anybody's got, any questions about the tournament, let me know, and we will talk about them. We'll discuss the tournament, where it's going, and all good things from there. If I look like I'm not interested, it's because I'm currently sharing this on my Twitter. 2 secs. Prairie Battles. We all get your questions in. Anything you want to talk about, anything you want me and Stro to talk about. Don't have to be tournament related either. This is the perfect opportunity to sort of get face on with Prem. Ask us anything about the upcoming events. August 1st, tickets are on sale now. So get yourself in the tickets. I think there was 10 early birds left before. Let me see how many's left now. One sec. Oh, there's 8 early birds left. 8 early birds left. None of the cards announced, but the card is the one you've been asking for. That's what we'll call it for now. What happened?
Just shut up talking.
What happened to Bath, mate? They're still going strong, as you might have heard. Yeah, the sponsorship deal ran out, and we moved on.
It did.
It did. But right. So, where we at, Stro? Where we at? Round 2 of the tournament is done.
Block 2 is finished.
Tell you what, Dub, we'll come to that. We'll build up to that, lad. If I don't answer it by the end of the stream, let me know. But yeah, tournament is up to round number 2. Premier Battles, where winning matters. Some big wins, some big upsets. And it sort of shook up the tournament a little bit this round. But I've asked the staff because obviously I'm not fully acute or fully aware of however you want to put it to a lot of the feedback that's coming in about the tournament, unless people leave them in the comments on the YouTube, which is where I read them. So I've asked the boys, Ghast Buff and Stro, who have filled me in on a lot of people's feedback. So if you've got feedback and we don't answer it, or you've got any questions that you want to know about the tournament, it's the best place to get them. Put them in the comments and we'll answer them. But yeah, I'll let you fire off with some of them questions. But just quick overview of the tournament so far. So round 2 of the group stages saw Red Wolf lose to Crow, WWM lost to Nella, Ghast Buff and DeBurk picked up wins in Group B, which has now seen Caveman eliminated from the tournament, even though Caveman and Ghast Buff are not. I've butchered it, lad. But not in the same groups. What am I doing?
What are you doing?
What am I doing? Let me get the groups up. That out, won't it?
Jesus Christ.
It's got the shit, lad. Right. Here we go. So in group round number 2, Red Wolf and WT took losses to Crow and Kicknella. Crow sits at the top of the table. Group B, Ghast Buff beat Bowsker, and Slester unfortunately couldn't do round 2 of the tournament because he was on tour with his band in Rotterdam, which meant Sam SA picks up an important 3 points, which could open up some upsets going into the final round of the tournament. Pagan beat B Ramble. Hamill beat Dynamic Mike because Dynamic Mike came down with the flu and couldn't attend the event, so he got 3 points, which means Pagan and Hamill will now battle each other in this round of the tournament, which will also make them Academy champion as well. Now, that being said, that does mean Dynamic Mike and B Ramble are also eliminated for the tournament, but they face each other in this round, which will basically cement 3rd place of the Academy tournament as well. So they've got still something to battle for, which is interesting. Group D, obviously Frost didn't have the battle because Mr. Tongue Twister dropped out. So Frost had 3 points. DeBurk beat Caveman, which unfortunately meant, in my personal opinion, we lost one of the best battlers in the tournament so far. He just came up against 2 great opponents, and Caveman now exits the tournament as there is no mathematical way Caveman can advance, but Frost and DeBurk do battle each other now for the chance to top Group D. In Group E, Beyond did take a 3-0 win over Yanif, and DW again no-showed the tournament. So 7 Wave picked up 3 points, putting him on 6. We'll go through the groups and the storylines behind the groups in a moment, but just a quick update. Group F, Sam Heights went against Bert. No, we didn't because Bert no-showed, so Sam Heights got the automatic 3 point. Well, not no-show. Bert decided the tournament wasn't for him after losing to Quicksilver. Quicksilver picked up a win over Peace Soldier. Yeah, Peace Soldier. Spirit didn't show up. No, that's wrong. Spirit did show up, but Jim Bob Nala didn't show up. So Spirit picked up an automatic 3 points again. Enigma picked up a win over McCoy. Briggs did defeat Hulk, and Dojo did pick up a loss to Kingsley Thunder, meaning that group is all up for grabs, ladies and gentlemen, boys and girls, children of all ages. How are we feeling? How are we feeling? Good answer. Good answer. Let's move on.
Question is, how are you feeling?
About life or the tournament?
Obviously, the tournaments. We're here to discuss the tournament. Nobody cares about life.
It's getting spicy now. It's getting spicier. There's a lot to play for now, which is where we kind of wanted it to be from a promotional point of view. This is where we wanted it to be. Obviously, we've talked about the fact we can sell storylines and stuff to this, and we might not have done it to the fullest extent, but what stories is there to tell after 2 battles? There isn't any. We can't say this person has to beat this person because it's been 1 battle, 2 battles at tops in the tournament. Now, this is where we can start getting the juicy information because every battle essentially does count. There is only 2 battles pretty much confirmed. There's some battles where you know who the top 2 are, but again, you don't know who they're going to face because 1st and 2nd is still up to grabs. Now, 1st and 2nd, what people don't realize with this is obviously finishing 1st is like any football tournament. It's the more favorable position because you go against the runner-up of another round. So that opens up a few things. So, for example, the way it's going to work means Group A winner, Crow, that's already been confirmed. Crow will top Group A, will face the runner-up of Group H. Now, Group H, which is by far, in my opinion, the best group of the tournament, is myself, Kingsley Thunder, Hulk, and Dojo, which means one of us, will have to face Crow in the second round of the tournament if we manage to get through by finishing second in the group. Now, if, for example, Kingsley Thunder does manage to pick up 3 points against me, finishing second, he will face Crow. If he does manage to clean sweep me and pick up all points and finish top of the group, he will potentially face either Dub T or Kick Nella in the tournament. So the favorable solution there would be what? Crow for me at the moment. Well, not for me. Certainly it is, because he's top of the rankings, is the man to beat at the moment. He's won both battles by 30s. Big performer. And he's got Dub T in the next round. Now, we can talk a little bit about the next round because some of it is on the table. Some of it isn't on the table. We can talk a little bit about it because it'll be on Sunday's episode anyway. But, yeah, Crow is the man to beat at the moment. He's top of the group after 2 rounds. Top of the group, sorry. Top of the rankings as the number 1 battler after 2 rounds. So whoever faces him has got a tough challenge on the round. Obviously, Dub T can upset that as well and knock himself out if Dub T manages to beat Crow and top the group. He won't top the group, so if Dub T manages... Will he top the group? I don't know. Who cares? Anyway, Group B. The winner of Group B will face the runner-up of Group G. Group G obviously consists of your Sam Hypes. It's going to be a long stream, this, boys and girls. I'm not mentally prepared for this. Right. Anyway, shut up, Briggs. Who cares? Right. So, so the tournament so far, what's going on? Right.
What on earth?
No, what on earth is going on? 1 second. I've just had a message off somebody. How are we doing this with me now, Matt? All right, I'll tell you what. Let me give you some insights into round 3 of the tournament, right? This will be out on Sunday, so this is not new information. So, obviously, DW is out of the tournament, which means Beyond picks up another 3 points. That puts him on 6, which means he'll be drawing with 7 Wave. Now, if Yanef can beat 7 Wave, that might not even be enough. So for Yanef to win this battle, he has to do it by 7 judged rounds. Right? So that means he has to pick up 130. He has to pick up 2 2-1s at the bare minimum. Otherwise, 7 Wave goes through. If 7 Wave picks up 3 judges' decisions, if 7 Wave loses 2-1, 2-1, 2-1, 7 Wave goes above Yanef by 1 judge round. Yeah. Yanef can only afford to drop 1 round in 2 judges' decisions. That's how tight this round is. If Yanef manages to pull this off and knock 7 Wave out, that is a big, big move. Obviously, Beyond now will be... Beyond picked up a 30, which puts him at the top of the table. Obviously, he picked up 2-2-1 decisions over 7 Waves. Sorry, picked it over him. Oh, God. Sorry, boys and girls. Jet lag is absolutely killing me. I thought, we'll do this tonight. You know what? I've got now on. I'm chilling. Let's do it. And I can't even talk, lads. Right. So here we are, though. Right. So, breathe, Briggs. Breathe. Right. Also in round 3 of the tournament, Bert, again, unfortunately pulled out the tournament, which meant P Soldier picked up 3 points and his first win of the group. Mr. Tongue Twister no-showed, which meant Caveman picked up his first 3 points of the group. But unfortunately, DeBurk and Frost are currently sitting on 6, which meant Caveman is no longer in the tournament. That is a big unfortunate one. Now, Jim Bob Gnarly. No showed his second battle of the tournament, which meant McCoy picks up an automatic 3 points. Now, McCoy is already out of the tournament. Unfortunately, he did pick up a loss to Enigma the Prophet, and he picked up a loss to Jim Bob. Was it Jim Bob in the first Spirit in the first round, wasn't it?
Spirit.
He was meant to face Jim Bob. He picked up 3 points for Jim Bob, no showing, but unfortunately, that means Spirit is on 6 points with Enigma the Prophet. Now, this is the other slight change. Spirit missed his train on the day of the event. Couldn't make it to the event, which gave Enigma the Prophet an automatic 3 points, meaning we did not get Enigma versus Spirit for this round of the tournament. Enigma now tops the group with 9 points, with Spirit finishing in second, McCoy finishing in third, and Jim Bob Narlet finishing in fourth. That means that group is officially confirmed, with Enigma and Spirit advancing into the next round of the tournament. So, how does that pan out? That means Enigma will now face the runner-up. Where is it? Because I've got it. Enigma will... Enigma will face either Frost or De Burke. So whoever wins out of Frost and De Burke gets the chance to advance through the tournament, and they will face Spirit. Frost or De Burke will face Enigma the Prophet in the next round of the tournament, the final 16. So that round is confirmed to go ahead. Well, obviously, we'll talk a bit about this on Sunday. But that means the battles that did go ahead for round 3, which you will get to watch coming up over the next few weeks, is Red Wolf versus Kick Nella, Ghast Buff versus Sam S.A., Slestot versus Bowsket, Pagan versus Hamill, which lived up to the expectations, I will say. Dynamic Mike versus B Ramble, Frost versus De Burke, again, a very, very good battle. Sam Hypes versus Quicksilver. Sam Hypes finally makes his debut in the tournament against Quicksilver, and he can, if he does beat Quicksilver, get the chance to top the group without even battling so far, which is mad, isn't it? Seven Wave and Yanif takes place. A very good battle again, or is it? Dojo versus Hulk. The winner of that battle advances. And Bison Briggz versus Kingsley Thunder. Again, the winner of that battle advances into the next round. Now, I didn't mention it. I should have mentioned it. I haven't mentioned it. Dub T didn't show up for this round of the tournament.
Dub T
did not show up for this round of the tournament. Right? He had a valid excuse, to be fair. But that means we do not get Crow versus Dub T for round 3 of the tournament. Now, is this a battle we can potentially make happen in the future? Absolutely, we can do. But
more importantly,
what
ramifications?
That now means, with him not showing up, if Red Wolf loses to Kick Nella will advance to the final 16. Now, Kick Nella has just beat Dub T, put himself in a very, very good position. This is where it comes down now. This is where one slight little slip of not being able to show up could cost you the entire tournament. If Dub T would have beat Kick Nella, he'd have guaranteed himself through. It's a similar way to like Spirit has done, guaranteed himself through. It didn't matter if he was there for the third round or not. Dub T's in a very, very dangerous position now, and I don't think Kick Nella versus Red Wolf is a sewn-on battle. It's very much who turns up the most on the day. If Kick Nella turns up the way he turned up against Dub T, he might take this. But Red Wolf has also faced Dub T and Crow, who have both been on absolute form. Is this his chance to pick up his first win and exit the tournament on fire? You know, exiting the tournament with a win will do a lot for Red Wolf. But if he ends up losing this tournament with 3 losses to Kick Nella, Crow, and Dub T, it's not a great place to be, is it? So this all comes down to Kick Nella. Kick, if you could go into this Sunday with a win, Dub T is officially eliminated from the tournament. Now, I will say one thing. Obviously, we've asked all the battlers not to put the results out there. Nobody knows who's gone through. Nobody knows who hasn't gone through. And we've also told everybody, keep selling it on social media until you are officially eliminated. So some people we've seen talking on social media about winning the tournament, bodying this person, bodying that person, have already left the tournament. They're doing the job. They're doing the job because now it's all up for grabs. All up for grabs. But if we look at round 3, this is where things get interesting. As I say, Kick Nella, if you defeat Red Wolf, you find yourself in the final 16 of the tournament. Red Wolf, you can obviously get your chance to go through. Ghast Buff versus Sam Esse, Slestor versus Balske is also a very interesting one because Ghast Buff currently has 6 points for beating Slestor and Balske. Sam Esse has 3 points. Balske has 3 points. Now, if Balske can clear Slestor and Sam Esse can beat Ghast Buff, this group is wide open again. That puts Balske on 6, Sam Esse on 6, Ghast Buff on 6, and it comes down to judge rounds. Obviously, this is all hypothetical. This has got to happen first, but this is how close this could be. Ghast Buff, I know I actually tweeted the other week as a mistake saying Ghast Buff has cemented himself in the next round, and it was wrong because he hasn't. He's got a stupid amount of judge wins. But Balske and Sam Esse, if they pick up 30s here, they could cause an upset. Sam Esse got 3 points automatically for knocking out for beating Slestor. Slestor's out of the tournament for 2 losses. Does he want to go out on another loss against Balske? A battle in which, he could win. Balske's obviously been on form. Unlucky against Ghast Buff with the illness. He was great against Sam Esse. Slestor's probably a great matchup for Balske to bounce back with and add 6 points to his resume. It's all stacking up. Pagan versus Hamill. Obviously, like I said earlier, Dynamic Mike and B Ramble are out of the tournament. But the winner of their battle gets to cement themselves as 3rd place in the Academy 25 tournament, which was 32 battlers. Ended up winding down to the final 8 in each team. Battled their way through to win North and South. And finishing 3rd in that tournament is a very huge look for them. Obviously, Dynamic Mike representing South, as well as Pagan, Hamill, and B Ramble representing North. So we're in a great place with this one. This could potentially be a fantastic battle. Pagan and Hamill lived up to the hype. That's all I'll say. It lived up to the hype. Whoever wins that battle becomes Academy 25 champion. But they also top the group. And by topping the group, they give themselves a more favorable position in the next round of the tournament. Meaning they will face either, is it Frost and DeBurk, I want to say? No. It's either Yaneth, 7 Wave, or Yaneth, 7 Wave, or beyond. So they put themselves in a great position now. If you top that group, you'll face one of them 3. If you finish 2nd in that group, you'll face one of them 3. So everything's on the line to play for there for them too as well. Frost and DeBurk, great battle. Both of these are already confirmed to be going through to the next round of the tournament, but this comes down to who wins this battle, tops that group as well. The winner of that battle will face I've got it in front of me. I can't see.
It's
don't say names.
Do you want help or not?
No. The winner of that battle will face either Spirit or Enigma.
There you go.
Yeah. Spirit or Enigma. Obviously, the winner of that round, will face Spirit because he came 2nd place. Enigma will face runner-up of that round. But that means they both get great battles. So with Frost and DeBurk going through, Enigma and Spirit have got a matchup with either Frost or DeBurk in the next round, which is 2 great pieces of 2 great resume names for both of them. Even if they win or lose, you know what I mean? Adding them to your resume is great for your development. Yeah, great for being so early on in the tournament and really looking to build themselves going into the next round. Then we've also got Sam Heights versus Quicksilver. Again, Peace Soldier and was it Mr. Tongue Twister? No, who was in their group?
Bert.
Oh, Bert, yeah. Bert and Peace Soldier are already out. Quicksilver can cement himself top of the group, but so can Sam Heights without even having battled yet. They'll face the winner and runner-up of Group B, which is Ghast Buff, Slestor, Balske, Sam Esse. So they'll get another great resume name on there as well for stepping through. Then we've already spoke about, obviously nothing happened in Spirit, Enigma, McCoy, Jim Bob, because Jim Bob and Spirit didn't make the event. So Enigma and McCoy picked up automatic wins. McCoy, unfortunately, already out of the tournament. 7 Wave versus Yaneth is the one in it. 7 Wave versus Yaneth is the one. If Yaneth wins, he puts 6 points on the board, but he has to win by 7 judged rounds. He can't afford to get 2 1s across 3 judges and he's out. He has to win a minimum Have a 3-0, a 2-1, a 2-1. That's the only way Yanov goes through this round. Can he do it? Or can 7-Wave just get 2-1, 2-1, 2-1?
Perfect.
He can't even stumble. He can't choke. Because if you stumble and choke, we've seen already so far in this tournament, the judges have been giving them against you.
Yep.
So Jan, be on your game. Then finally at Group H, Dojo versus Hulk, Bison Briggz versus Kingslet Thunder. The winner of both of these battles advances. That's how important this group is. Whoever wins the battle goes through. It's literally as thin line as that. If I manage to beat Kingsley Thunder, I go through. If Hulk manages to beat Dojo, Hulk goes through, and vice versa. Everything's on the line for this one, which is mad. This is why we've done the tournament, for this sort of stuff. This is exactly why we've got it. So it's all lining up, man. Everything, pretty much every single battle has something on the line, whether you're through or you're not through, or whether you are finishing first or second will determine where you end up in the group. Now, the final 16 could be stacked, boys and girls. Could be stacked. We'll go into some of the feedback and questions in a minute. Just a quick run through on that. Obviously, we are... So, just before we go into it, so this week's stream, Sunday, we're potentially going to have to change it up. Bad side is, Feel Weird Studios is now gone. It shut down last week, which... Big up all the Feel Weird studio staff. Fantastic people. They are in the process of moving somewhere else. But obviously, if you've been watching the stream, you'll know that that's where we've been filming the studio segments of the show. We had an idea this was coming, hence the reason they've not been filmed in advance, because the studio started getting packed down. Now, we did have another venue locked in, which was 33 Oldham Street. We've used it loads of times. Premier Battles, Undisclosed, has been there for what, 2 years?
Yeah.
And that shut down yesterday.
Yeah.
So, yeah, as things stand, we don't have a studio segment recorded, which may change. Now, the positive of that, we get to try something. We've had our eye on trying it for a while, and we've sort of been forced into doing it anyway. So, yeah, Ghast, 33 Oldham Street is gone. It's gone, mate. It literally shut down yesterday. Got an email saying, unfortunately, the event's not happening. We're gone. Oh no, is it the 15th they shut? It's the 15th, isn't it?
Yeah, 15th is officially when everything's gone. Gone for good. But they've started to pack a lot of the stuff up over the last few days.
Yeah, so there's nothing there to film. But they basically said if you can. So for everybody's context, we were filming the quarterfinals this month on the 28th at 33 Oldham Street as well, and that we're in the process of sorting another filming location out because it's gone. It's just out the blue, no notice, just we're gone. That's the unfortunate world of events and stuff at the moment. Venues are struggling like mad. Like even today, we've struggled. I could usually just ring anybody and get a venue, and the amount of venues that are just not in existence anymore is mental. So, yeah, that's the shame of it. Ghast, if you want to jump on, by the way, because Stro's just ditched me at the last minute, feel free to jump on. But, yeah, that's gone. So, one of the ideas we've had, and like I say, we've had this for a couple of weeks. We've just not really knew how to execute it, is actually physically going live on YouTube, where maybe it's like this. So, it's in sort of a box element where we have the host on, bring up the battlers who have been in the battles. We can talk to them about the battles. And then we just run the VT, essentially, which would be the battle. So we would lock in, watch the battles live, and then we can come back and react to the comments and react to people getting involved and making it a bit more of a show, a bit more of an interactive show. Obviously, we'll speak to Bobby, see if Bobby's up for it and get him to host it. And we can rotate the guests on the stream as well. You like to say, we can bring in the battlers who are on this week and talk about it before it, play the battle, talk about it after it. We've still got all the interviews, everything's still fully filmed, but rather than filming studio segments, it might be a way of sort of testing the water with this idea as well. Essentially, when we move to live events, this is how we want them to run anyway. So it might have just been forced into that predicament to do it. Here he is. Hello, how are you doing?
How are we doing? I've ordered food, but I figured I'd keep you company until Stro pays the internet bill.
Cheers, mate. I don't know what's going on with him. It's sort of a game about being, professional and all that, and just gets off. Here he is. Hiya, mate. Yeah, I was just saying, Stro, obviously with the situation with the venues at the moment, potentially this Sunday stream might be a little bit like this on StreamYard, where we get Bobby in to host it if he's available, and we bring people in before the battle, talk about it. We can interact with the comments that are live, and we make more of a show about it with an actual YouTube live, because YouTube likes to push the algorithm on a live. So difference between a premiere or whatever you want to say. So yeah, it'd be a little bit different, but we'll see. We might end up locking the location in tomorrow and filming the segments anyway, but just to keep the I don't want to delay it another week, essentially. I think we're getting to that point now. But this week's show coming up is the one and only Red Wolf versus Kick Nella, Quicksilver versus Sam Heights, and Bison Briggz versus Kingsley Thunder. The gorgeous Bison Briggz, I must say. He's lovely. He's a gentleman, they say.
I mean, you've already covered it, but that's a nice one to get back to the fold in, considering it's 2 life and death battles, and Sam Hypes has already been like chomping at the bit to get in the pit after 2 no-shows. So,
hey, listen. Every battle now is make or break, Ghast. Every battle now is make or break. We're on that. Even like it's mad, isn't it? Because even battles like Pagan and Hamill, they're both through to the tournament, so it isn't life or death, but there's still somewhat on the line with it. There's still Academy 25 champion and the bragging rights to come with that. So it's going to be a good. This block of battles is brilliant, by the way, as well. I'm just looking at the results. Like I won't go into the results, but
so good.
The third block was the strongest by far. Like everyone knew what they were going for. Everyone had like a general rough idea of whether they were through or not. Everyone was used to the format and the venue at that point. Like everyone loved Feel Weird. I love Feel Weird. I am going to miss it. I hope the new place they set up has just as good vibes. I've all the faith in the gang to make something as good. But yeah, that felt nice. That felt really nice.
Yeah, definitely. This round felt in the room like this was the best round as well. Obviously the last 16 stepped it up even more, but including from the group stages. No, I will tell you there was 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7 of these battles were 30s. Now, when I say 30s, none of them, if I remember rightly, none of them were bodies.
Nope.
But they were all 3-0s. Obviously, some of them battles are like, judges give it 2-1, 2-1, 2-1, so that class counts as a 30. But the judges' decisions weren't 30s. The rest of them were all 2-1s and all came down to a fine bloody margin. So this is where the tournament hots up. But that being said, we've run through that. We don't need to keep running through that because everybody knows it. Right?
No, we don't.
Let's have a look at some of the feedback. By the way, if anyone's got any questions about the tournament, Premier Battles, how the tournament's going, what the changes are, let me know. One thing I want to clear up, though. Because I have seen it mentioned a few times, is this logo that we're using for the start. If you look at that and you go, that looks like a P, you're shagging the B, sort your filthy mind out, right? Because when that came over, I never looked at that and went, that looks like 2 letters fucking each other, because I've never assumed 2 letters of the alphabet make love. However, this isn't the new Prem logo. This is purely just the logo for this tournament to differentiate it from everything else. The original Prem logo is still in all the merch. We're still pushing that logo. But at the moment, we're in the where winning matters phase. The thumbnails have changed and everything. Like, it's a new era. But we'll be back to the regular scheduling of the PB Shield, if you want to call it that. For now, it's your fucking character, right?
I feel like that ties into the earlier question of what our post-tournament plans are.
Yeah. Is that on here, yeah?
That came way early on.
It is.
Oh, yeah. There we go. Following the grand final, it's this Dub T. Fuck's sake, Dub. Following the grand final in August, what's the plan for Prem Structure? Now, let's be open and honest. It's a Q&A floor. Nothing is off limits unless I think I really can't disclose it. Don't ask me what the headline is because I can't tell you that, even though nothing is off the floor. So, I'll be honest, I don't know. We're doing the final in August. We'll weigh up. We'll sit down, reevaluate the tournament as a whole. Did it work? What did work? What didn't work? How do we improve it? How do we finish it, essentially? If it doesn't benefit what we do, how do we end it? What's the next chapter? Now, I do want to move into one beat battles. That's been something we've promoted for a number of years with the Beat Fighter series. Not Beat Fighter, that was Don't Flop, wasn't it? Bloody hell. Super Clash. That is something we've spoke about for a while. We've just never done it because we was in such a routine of Short Circuit, Undisclosed, All the Smoke, Apex, The Plug. We had a proper calendar of events and forcing an on-beat. My big thing with on-beat is, and I was getting mired about this when I was at King of the Dot on Sunday, if you didn't know, Stro.
This fucking guy.
Everyone was saying,
This fucking
why
guy.
is Bren not done on beat, right? The reason I've not done on beat is because I need it to sound absolute A1. I don't want to throw. We did the Man Mark series, which were good, but the audio wasn't up to Prem standards. And I'm not going to throw on beat battles until I know I can get it the cleanest possible quality this can be. Now, I've been speaking to, I won't say her name yet because she's not signed on the dotted line yet, but the girl who does this is doing the sound for the pit. She does massive stand-up comedy tours and shows and stuff on the road. So she's a sound engineer. I've shown her what I want to do, and she said she can do even better than that. So she's coming on board. We're gonna launch Super Clash very soon, but that won't just overshadow the acapella world. The acapella will always be what Premier Battles is, but I do want to tickle the feet of that market.
Yeah, dip our toes. Why not?
Just give it a tip.
And also, I want to create an entirely new roster. Like, if you could rap on beat, and this, when I say this, I don't mean this in a disrespectful way. Everyone thinks they can rap on beat. I want absolute killers on beat. I want.
That's my food, lad. So I got a dip. Lovely to be here. And
yeah, no, fuck off,
yeah. But you know what I mean?
Like, it's disgusting behaviour, isn't it? I hope it gets food poisoning.
I hope it's shit.
Yeah, I hope it's shit. But yeah, we're gonna jump into the on-beat stuff. But acapella will always be what Prem is, what it will always be, and our strong point. But I do want to create a new division with the on-beat section. I want to tap into artists that I know, artists that Shotty knows, artists that are Prem fans but would never do acapella. It's not just a case of booking acapella guys to rap on beat, because some of you can't. Sorry, just being honest. Same way some of you use some on-beat guys can do acapella, but the shit, you know what I mean? Stick to your lane, stick to where you think you're gonna grow, and we'll develop both. Obviously, we get crossover on both, then absolutely perfect. But I think the on-beat stuff is what we want to touch on. But acapella wise, we've got the final. We are in potential talks. Me and Troubz had a chat over the weekend in Canada, Stro, about finishing the year with a plug event. So I think the main thing is let's see how this August event lands. We'll have tickets on sale for June as well. The semi-final is in London of the Where Winning Matters tournament. That's all confirmed in London, June. So yeah, we'll be in London for the semi-finals and the final. The final is all locked in. Hootenanny, August 1st, massive event. We're going to go big on that one. And then, yeah, hopefully, if everything goes right, we'll throw a plug in December to finish the year out. But there is no promises on that. I think we just need to. I think the big thing with Prem, and this being total honesty, we got into a routine of just booking events and just booking battles and losing money, making money. It just became a cycle of let's try and make everybody happy rather than what we wanted to do. Some matchups we booked, we just never thought were any good, but we were getting mired for them. And they flopped, but we always knew they were going to flop. We just tried to keep fans happy because you just kept asking for them. I'm not going to mention names on them, but some of them cost us a lot of money, and they were poor. They were poor battles. So I think we got to look at that rather than, for example, a plug. Let's just go and book 12 internationals that no one's going to eventually care about, and really focus. The tournament has really helped us focus on UK talent, and I think that's what we need to do. The amount of compliments we got in Canada, Stro, about the talent. Sorry. I had a few people call me and they were saying, like, I've been watching the tournament and I've never heard of so-and-so before, so it's opened my eyes on the new people. That's exactly what we wanted it for. So I think it's time to push these people. This August 1st card, by the way, is going to focus on the people that have come from the tournament. If you've worked hard, you put your work in. Obviously, not everybody will get a slot. We're going to do 6 battles only on this. It's going to be a super card. The grand final's already locked on there. The headline's already locked on there.
Yeah.
So we've got 4 spaces for 4 other battles. Now, potentially 3, because I think 1 is already locked in. Potentially 2, actually, because I've got 2 potentially locked in. But yeah, we're going to see where this lands. The there'll be people that come through the tournament that get knocked out, but have had a really good showing that we can potentially turn around to and go, look, here you go. Let's put you on this big card. You earned it. You've been active. You battled. You've impressed. You got knocked out the tournament, but you was very good. Now, does that mean people who've not battled on Prem won't be on this card? Absolutely not. The top tier guys who aren't in the tournament but want to be a part of this card, more than welcome to. But you won't just be walking on the card and getting an international. You've got to give someone a shot, whether that's a Dub T, a Hamill, a Pagan, whoever else has come from the tournament, a Spirit, a Dojo, a Hulk, a Kings there, Beyond. Like, give these guys a shout. It's the only way we develop the scene. We develop the scene by feeding it as an ecosystem rather than just going, oh, you've not battled for a year. There you go. There's Rum Knitter. It's not going to work like that anymore at Prem. It's not going to be everyone's cup of tea because people want them sort of battles. But this is where another league can step up and throw them sort of battles. You've got the full floor to go and do it. We'll provide the full floor for you. We'll step aside because we're going to focus on developing our talent around putting on internationals. I want internationals to get to a point where they feel special coming over again. I think we got to a point where we were throwing huge international battles and the excitement was going with them. People were like, oh, I'm not going to go to that one. I watch it on YouTube. Whereas when we was announcing you John. And to be fair, that's not the fans' fault. It's not our fault. It's not battlers' faults. It's the amount of no-shows we were getting. People backing out, not being asked. People not showing up on flights. Twerk not showing up twice. Like, we understand it. There's no faith. There's no trust that these guys are going to show up anymore. So I think we've got to focus on that. And then when we do book internationals, they're sensible internationals. You know, we were probably the first league to take a gamble on real sick. We were one of the first leagues. So really sort of put attention into some internationals that were coming up. Pathogenic had never really battled anywhere before, and he was just on the King of the Dot card. Unfortunately, it didn't happen. But these are the sort of guys we want, the ones that are going to be the next ones to blow up on the card. And obviously, you know, your Coffee Browns, your Jazz the Rappers, your Rum Knitters, your Lou Castros, who are just going to be there. Holmes are just going to be there. Holmes' first appearance in the UK was with us. So these are the sort of international bookings we want. And obviously, every now and again, we'll throw a super battle. But the super battle's got to feel right for us to throw. Not just a case of, fuck, we've got a plug card coming up. What's the biggest battle we can possibly throw? Sometimes, we need to go, I want to get to a point with this where we are throwing a plug event and the biggest battle we can possibly throw is 2 UK guys. We've got to build 2 UK guys up to doing that. You know, your Bizzo and Gemini, your Bobby and Gemini, your Koj and Gemini. To be fair to Gem, all 3 of them were like battles people needed. You know, that's where we need to get back to. So if we can do that, we can do that. That's the goal with Prem structurally going forward. And it's very much a get on board if you trust it. If not, it's fine. It's fine. You know, we're not going to chase anybody anymore. If you want to be a part of what we're doing, go and be a part of what we're doing. If not, you know, there's 4 or 5 other leagues out there, man. Go and do what you want to do, but I guarantee we'll always put on the best quality products in battle rap in the UK. Put my hand on my heart on that. No one's going to outdo us on that at all. So, business as always. Next question. Let's have a look. What's Lorne saying here? What are you guys surprised people aren't talking about more? What things have gone under the radar for you guys that deserve? Good question. I don't really know. The only thing I'll tell you what, the only thing I thought could be better, probably nothing to do with your question, mate, is when we announced the tournament, one of the first things we were saying was we want people to come and get involved with it. There's been such a lack of people actually getting off their ass and coming and be involved in it. We have a venue with multiple spaces people can come and film, and we've actively said we want people to come and make their own content. The only person who's done it is Kame. Come down, get your camera out. We'll provide you with a space. We'll provide you with a table. The battlers are there. You can grab whoever you want. Come make your own content. As long as they don't interrupt the battles, come make your own content. That's what it's there for. We've said that from the start. Be a part of it. And yeah, Cammy come down. He's done tic-tac-toe, I think. He ended up jumping in a box break with me. So Cammy's been there. He's done it. He asked us. And then even at the same time, the shows that we're doing, Cammy's the only person that sent me content for it. You know, he cut together his own trailers. He sent them over and said, do you mind if playing these? And we've always said, look, this isn't a Prem stream. It's a UK Battle Rap stream just hosted by Premier Battles. The reason the music videos are in there, the reason the extra content's in there is because we want to platform everybody. You know, if you stumble on a Raptors writing room from 2017 that a lot of people had never seen, it was on the network when we had the network. people were asking me for more of them. And also, Raptor got a bit of talk. He's not in the tournament. People talking about him. Dropped his music video in there. The comments were like, how sick is Raptor? I want Raptor back. And that puts it in our eyes going, fans want Raptor back. So let's have a look for Raptor. A lot of music videos that battle rappers make. Like I say, this isn't just battles where winning matters. That's the core of the show. But the show is to build and put eyes on Premier Battles and UK battle rap as a whole. Cammy's
and
not
the
Premier
spotlight
Battle.
on them. The spotlight on the battlers.
100%.
That was the whole point of the tournament.
100%. So that's been one thing I've noticed people have not really got involved with. He's just been involved. Yeah. You know, we always put the dates of the events out there. Anyone who is in media, anyone who's Dojo, to be fair, did a couple.
I was going to say Dojo's done bits.
Yeah, he's done stuff at the events, but we promoted that from day dot. Like, if you come to the event, so what Cammy did was Cammy DM'd me, said, I'm coming to this event. Can I get space to film this? I said yes. And then the card tricks thing come up, and I said to Cammy, you're there already. Do you want to be a part of this? He said yes. We've done that, and he's just been a part of stuff. Lorne, you came down when we did the sort of sit down things at the end of the day. The first one came out the other day on Patreon, and it's just a round table of people talking about the event and the battles and things like that. If you're around and you're here to get involved, they're there for you. The opportunities are there. We can't do much more than that. Obviously, our priority on the day is filming the battles. Without the battles, the rest of the show doesn't happen. But these 4 to 5 hours where we're focusing on battles and people are doing nothing, pick a camera up. Pick a camera up. Make your own content. If your content's good, just drop me a message and say, yo, I'll film this at the event. If I cut it together as a little trailer, do you mind putting it into the stream? And then we'll launch the full episode on our YouTube channel. Absolutely not. No, I'll put it in as a little commercial in the middle of the video. You know, go and click on this to watch this. That's what's always been there. We've always said if you're making content around the tournament, we'll share it. That's Lauren again. How are you feeling? Feedback from the fans about the social media. Funny enough, I said to Stro, I don't know what the feedback is. I only check the YouTube comments and the Twitter. And from what I'm seeing, feedback has been pretty positive. I know Ghast Buff and Stro, you sent me some feedback that wasn't as positive, which I'd not seen before, which is interesting. So, yeah, I don't know if you want to reel some of them off, Stro, and I can answer the questions on why or what it is.
Yeah, so there's one which I forgot to mention, but came up a few times, and I don't know. It's not really a criticism of us. So the battlers interviews,
by the way. Don't.
Yeah. So the battlers interviews, and some felt that some battlers really took the bull by the horns and made a name for themselves and really stood out, and some battlers didn't. And is there something Prem could have done to get more out of him? Was one of the things that I heard.
What, like character wise?
Yeah. So, like, for example, the one that kept getting mentioned was like Kingsley, Kicknelly, like they made you interested to watch them battle, whereas there was some people where it was like it was awkward, it was uncomfortable, not many people.
Yeah,
is there anything we could have done?
I don't know what. I'll be honest. We've got to remember that a lot of these people are just them. Like, for example, this is why I'm not a big fan of face-offs. I think face-offs are the most forced thing in battle rap. You know, you're selling two people rapping at each other. It's not boxing. It's not UFC. It's difficult to. I always think you told me to stop talking and just shush me.
No, I was saying I'll be one sec.
Oh, right. Yeah, it's not boxing. It's not UFC. It's not combat sport. It's difficult to really sell that. It is it's rap battle at the end of the day. And some of the artists we work with, some of the battlers are not great on camera. Let's be honest, they're not great personality wise, but they're not also here to be personalities. They're here to be themselves. They're just good at rapping. I'd love nothing more than sitting down with every battler and saying, "This is your pathway." You know, if we're going to break it into a wrestling term, I'd love to sit down with 4 or 5 battlers and go, "Look, you're the heel, you're the face. Bizzo, you're the face." You know what I mean? Because Bizzo naturally became that. We didn't push him down that way. You know, Gemini essentially became the bad guy in that sense because he was the guy going for Bizzo's title. We didn't push it that way. That's just the way it naturally became because that's the way battlers who are good at promo and who are good at pushing themselves project themselves. That's probably the only way to really do it. I mean, we could probably do masterclasses on a bit of media training and stuff like that, but you've got to show up as well to do it. This is one thing as well. Like, we're all grown men. Do you know what I mean? Or grown women. Like, we've got to turn up and just. I know how to sell a fight. Bizzo, Bobber, Shotty, some of the best in the world at selling them. Not Bizzo, sorry. Bizzo is one person who actively says he hates doing any sort of face-off because he just wants to get it in there and rap at you. He's not bothered about the rest of the stuff. Soul was always the same. Didn't do any face-offs, didn't do any press because his battling spoke for him. And some battlers take themselves that serious where that is what they do. Other battlers like it. Other battlers like talking shit to you. Gemini's very good at it. Cole J is very good at it. But if you look at who they are as battlers and on the playing field sort of thing, they're heels a little bit harder. That's what they do. Maybe we can. I'd love to sit down and go, look, this is where we're going to push you. This is where we're going to push you. You need to act like this. You need to act like this. But we've also got to understand this isn't wrestling. We can't do that. Same way with the live streams. Like, we can sell stories. We can make battles have an interesting hype to them, but only to so much. Like, we can't say, oh, Dojo versus Hulk. Whoever wins you goes through to the next round. So we're going to have Kingsley Thunder run out and jump Hulk in the third round. Well, we just can't do it. It isn't WWE. And at the same time, you'll notice as well, like, same with the UFC, same with the boxing, the people who are good at talking get more airtime. It's as simple as that. If you're good at selling yourself, we will promote you as much as possible. People used to always say, like, why does Bobby Rex get so much airtime on Premier Battles? Because he's good at selling himself. He's good at selling Premier Battles. He's good at selling battles. He's good at selling the product over somebody who doesn't like being on camera. They can't moan when they're not on camera. Obviously, we've got a production to run at the end of the day. Everybody has had a platform. Some interviews were massively shorter than what they was on the day because I've cut them down because they were super boring. But they've all had the platform to be aired. And, not everyone is going to be a personality on camera. It's a difficult one, because I would like to be in a position where we can talk to him and say, look, you play this, you play that. But I don't think battle rap's ever going to get to that point. And if it did, great. But it's a sport where a lot of people take themselves way too serious in the art of it, which I completely understand and agree with, to be fair. So, yeah, hope I answered that, Stro.
Yeah, so one you've kind of already touched on.
Yeah.
But it was more stuff kind of featuring the battlers that are in the tournament. So it was referenced in terms of other things that have come out in terms of UK battlers on other platforms and how everything was centered around them. Is there anything more we could have done?
Sorry, so what? So on the streams?
Yeah.
What?
Like I said, like I said, you've kind of already answered it in terms of you use Cammy as the example. He's the only one that's really sent us anything. But like, what the feedback's always been is like, why is Lefty and Sean Cray on this episode when? Why is there not a conversation with a battler about the tournament? Why is there not this? Why is there not that? Can it not be more centered around the people that are on the actual tournament instead of picking in or trying to fill gaps, essentially?
Yeah, that's fair. That's fair. Well, two things. First one is them December battles were always going to be on these streams. The premise of that event was to fill in gaps on these streams. I just released them earlier because Sean Cray and Lefty were going really viral at the time, and it's shown that battle's done 12k views already on it. And to be fair to Sean Cray and Lefty, I had an agreement with them too that battle would come out pretty quickly rather than wait until March now. So that dropped, and then we had a prolonged period of time before the tournament launch where the channel was getting nothing and the algorithm was killing us a little bit. So we had 4 battles to drop, and we dropped them. And I'll be honest, some of the battles, Tekken, who was it? Tekken Black T, was it?
No, Black T and Dazzy.
The tech battle.
Was it Dojo?
Maybe, yeah. Like they were solid battles. I just wanted to
they were great battles.
I could have held on to them. But yeah, I just thought I didn't know when I would, because obviously we hadn't start. I didn't know where the empty gaps would be in the tournament at the time. So
yeah,
they were always going to be on the stream, and the others will be on the stream in the next couple of weeks. Like they are on there. If you don't want to watch it, it's fine. I get it completely. Making more content around the battlers, absolutely. The issue is, without throwing people under the bus, the issue is a lot of people didn't turn up on time. Call sheets were sent out. People were turning up for the battle at 12 o'clock and turning up at 3:30, turning up at 4, and then having to be gone by 5 o'clock, which, like I say, the main priority for us is battling. Everything else is just additional. Obviously, every battler, when they turn up, they get the 4 things they have to do is the battle, pre or post interview, ideally both, but obviously it's hard to get both when battles are happening at the same time, and photographer. They're the 4 things they have to get.
Yeah.
A lot of them get it. And then, yeah, like I say, there's been box breaks going on. Yannick has had a box of social content ideas since the first one. And none of it's been captured because just time. Like this where it comes down to, if you're a content creator and you want to get involved, come and get involved, because we can put your content as part of these as well. Cammy's done it, like I say, and it is part of the streams. We try and do as much as possible when you've got 16 battles in a day to get through, plus post, plus pre-interviews, and then you've got dropouts you're having to deal with that. Like for example, round 2 when I battled Hulk was at a christening, didn't get to the venue till 7:30. That's why there's 4 people in the crowd, because everyone had gone. There's just loads. Jim Bob Gnarly, waiting for him all day to find out he wasn't coming at 4 o'clock. Like, Spirit missed his train, didn't let us know till 4 or 5 o'clock. A lot of this stuff happens. We are dealing with battlers from across the country in a 4 or 5 hour block period that we have them. A lot of battlers as well, because it's not an event. They come up for the battle, then they get the next train home. And I can't thank them enough for doing that, committing to the tournament, especially the ones who've shown up every time from London, from Scotland, from Newcastle, from wherever they were from. They got there every time, put on a performance. But, if Frost is in Manchester and he's doing it, and then he's got to shoot to get the last train, we can't keep him there to play Bulldog, you know what I mean? But, yeah, the battles are getting lower now. The battles are getting lower because of the volume of them. So the next one is the quarterfinal. And this is where we can maybe start ramping up some of that. And if anyone's got any ideas, send them over, man. Send them over. Like, we're trying to do as much as possible. We're trying to do as much as possible with a 5-6 hour block tops. And even that 6, let's say we've got a 6 hour block, the battlers are probably only there for 3 hours. The rest of it is waiting for people. Battle rap time is a real thing. It's not as bad as it is on a live event because it's a bit more structured. But once people are in there, if you have been to a show, we are filming battle, break, battle, break, like 16 battles. The lowest amount of battles we've had to film was 12 on block 2. So, yeah.
And then
it is a lot. Sorry.
No, I was going to say, and then the last main one is around the studio segment. So I know a lot of the feedback's been like, a lot of people obviously love Bobby as a host. He's absolutely smashed it out of the park. They enjoy the studio segment, but they feel like at times we don't talk storylines enough, or we don't talk about the ramifications of the battles enough. This is
okay. Yeah, I mean, storylines is difficult because from where we are in the tournament, we're only 2 battles in. So there isn't a lot of storyline there. Maybe like, he should have beat him, she should have beat her. But a lot of that isn't there at the minute. Now it's starting to pick up. So yeah, I do agree. We touch on that a bit more. And then, yeah, what was the other side of it?
About the ramifications of the battles more.
I guess
that kind of goes hand in hand.
Yeah, it goes hand in hand. That's more as well. Like, it's not something we can really dictate that, because it is a natural conversation with the host and the guest. Like, whether it's me, you, Shotty, Ghast. Maybe that's something we were leaning a bit more on. But like you say, we script it, but we don't script it because we get we try to script it and we get a much better conversation when it's free flowing. Sometimes things get missed. When I've been doing the edits, I've watched some stuff going, we should have spoke about that there, but the conversation is so free flowing because when we have structured it, it's a bit robotic. And Bobby, you want to push the best personality outside of Bobby, and Bobby's got the personality to do it. So we are going to miss things. Like I say, I don't want this to be match of the day. I want it to be natural, authentic, and character driven. But there is elements of the match of the day stuff we need. if we start going into every narrative, which I would love to do, people then can't moan about length of the episode.
No.
Because the first stream we did had 4 battles and a load of studio content. And then the feedback we got was studio content was too long. Then the next 2 episodes, I massively shortened them down. And then the feedback I got was, we want more of that studio content. So we're not going to please everybody. I tried to keep it to a natural conversational level. And let's be honest, some battles have more conversation than others because more happened. More happened in the battle. What's the point of spending 20 minutes talking about Beyond vs. 7 Wave? Because we all watched it. We knew it was a car crash. There's no reason to talk about me and Dojo for more than 2 minutes. Like, what is there to say? Do you know what I mean? But there is battles where, Kick Nelly versus Dub T, big battle. Big win for Kick. That's where we put more. So that VT might be a little bit longer because there was more outcome to that battle than you are going to get. That obviously the conversation will pick up a little bit more with the last 16 and going into the quarters and semis, because there's less battles and more space to talk. So if we do Sunday stream like this where we run the VTs and we have it as more of a live panel, we can test that out. If that don't work, we go back to do studio segments. But yeah, did I answer that? I don't even know. I just talked then.
Yeah, no, you did. And just to kind of touch on the point that you just made in terms of, there has been studio segments we've done it where it has been heavily scripted and it just didn't feel right when we were doing it. So the perfect example, right, and this isn't breaking the fourth wall or anything like that, but Bobby wanted to be more scripted, but we felt like, and I especially felt like when I was in the segments with him, when you just let Bobby be Bobby with just a bit of structure, that's when you get the best out of him, and that's when you get we have just witnessed a car crash. Like, you get moments like that, whereas when we flipped it and it was a lot more regimented and structured, it just didn't feel the same, and you could kind of tell that in some of the episodes. So yeah,
you're right.
We'll see.
The thing is with Bobby, he's been absolutely class. Like,
unbelievable.
I've not given Bobby the script in enough advance that he has asked for at times. But even let's be honest, the first block that we did of filming the VT sessions was done on that day. Like, it was a message in a WhatsApp group. Yo, I've got a space for tonight. Who's available? There was no script. I was writing the script on the way in the Uber, and we winged the entire 4 first episodes. And Bobby nailed it. Absolutely nailed it. Stro nailed it. Shotty nailed it. Second one, we had a bit more of a script, and they were good, but they weren't as free-flowing because we were trying to hit script points.
Yep.
Rather than just talking. And I think that came across on a couple of the episodes. But, live and learn. We'll get through them. Me, Crash, and Calmy did a best of where when he matched stream for you guys. What would have been the highlights of the tournament so far? All of it, to be honest. I've enjoyed all of it, man. There's not really been any of it I've not.
I've got 3 in mind.
Go on, it's difficult. I'm in the tournament, so I don't really know what to say. Go on, sorry.
So 2 of mine are episode related, and one of them's a battle. So it's a battle that's not out yet. It's the Academy final.
Yeah,
was fucking incredible. Like, I cannot speak highly enough of it. To me, it's probably the best Academy final we've had. That's just my opinion. Throwing it out there. So that's one highlight for me. The other one was Bobby's hosting, and I'm not just saying it. Like, I think he's been outstanding. The little things, the little nuances, his little catchphrases, the 3 rounds, better rap, like the little things that he says, and then some of the surprises, like getting Miles in an episode. Like, come on now. That was hilarious. When we filmed it on the day, it's hilarious. The people's reaction to it when it aired, hilarious. I just feel like we've had a bit of fun with the shows, which has been good. So they're my 3 highlights so far.
Yeah, good 3 highlights. I don't know what mine are, to be honest. It's quite hard because I'm in the tournament as well. Just getting the first one done was a big highlight. Like, we actually realized, shit, this works. The views have been okay. I think the biggest thing for me, this wasn't about making massive numbers view-wise. It was about repackaging and selling battle rap in a different way, and putting eyes on the brand and eyes on battlers that don't off like, you know, some of the live streams are over 2K now, and some of the battlers on there probably would probably not even get a main channel release now with the Academy channel. So the fact they're getting 2,000 people watching and making comments about them, looking forward to seeing them. Like, let's be honest, if we dropped Spirit and Jim Bob Nala on the channel, that gets no views. But people were forced to watch it, and then people were enjoying Spirit. And it's not just Spirit, it's loads. Beyond, another one. Beyond and Seven Wave didn't come out on the main channel because of the choke, but, you know, Beyond and Yanef came out. Will be out as an individual battle. People will probably watch it, whereas they wouldn't have before because they didn't know who these guys were. They were Academy level battlers, like.
Yeah. So
that's been a positive one. Seeing people gain new fans. The amount of people I've seen that have said I've never watched Pagan and Hamill before. Now they're watching Pagan and Hamill. So there's loads of stuff like that, man. Obviously, Kit Nelly beating Dub T is a big one. You know, I've seen Kit Nelly on Twitter saying he was a bit upset that people were calling this an upset, but it's an upset, bro. Like, it just is. It is, like, don't matter how good you are or how not good you are, like, it's an upset regardless. Dub T is one of the most talked about prospects in UK battle rap. So to pick up a win of him, no matter how long you've been around or how good you think you are, that's an upset. Like,
and one of the favourites of the tournament in a lot of people's eyes.
This guy's gonna win, so don't take the offense to that because somebody's saying it's an upset. Like, it is, and be happy about it. You caused an upset in the tournament and beat someone people are saying is going to win the whole thing. You know, the tournament's made for upsets. That's the big thing with it. The tournament is made for upsets, and there's many more to come. And we'll see where we end up. I just want to see, besides myself going and punching everybody's head in and winning this stuff, I've got to beat Kingsley Thunder first, which isn't the easiest job in the world. And if I go out, I go out. But I went out swinging, and Kingsley would be a very, very important person to Premier Battles to push and build off the back of, like he has been for a couple of years. So it's all wins. It's all wins. So let's go down here. Pagan Briggz said you choked. So I didn't battle Hamill. Punch Hamill's head in. If anyone's got any questions for me, I realise we've been alive for an hour now. I am suffering really bad with jet lag, so I apologise if I've not been my energetic self on these shows. Kamet, what would be sick is before the semi-final, we do a 2-on-2. What would be sick is before the semi-final, we have the semi-finalists do a 2-on-2 like rocking Austin verse. Shut up, Kamet. Yeah, Homeschool and CJA are very reliable. The only difficulty is, and this being totally honest, I like Homeschool and I'm a big fan of CJA. Let's say, for example, CJA, right? We've got to fly him in from New York, which is a £450 flight minimum, unless you get it on a good day. You got to put him up in accommodation, which, let's say, 3 days in London is what? £600 at a decent place, because I'm not putting no one in the Premier Inn. So there's what? There's nearly £1,000. Well, that is £1,000 pretty much. Just flying in. Now, we've got to give them an opponent to balance that out. So the alternatives are we give them someone who's up and coming, where they might have no fee or a very little fee, but then the views max out at 2,000, 3,000 views. Okay. Now you probably made 58p on that battle back. They're not selling tickets because as much as I like Homeschool and CJ, I'm a very big fan of both of them. Nobody in their droves are coming out to spend £1,000 overall in ticket sales to watch Homeschool and CJ. This goes back to what I was saying earlier. Internationals are pointless unless they make a return, and not many of them do. Even the good ones don't make a return. So we've got to be more sensible now. We can't just book cards and go, Dojo's had a great year, let's give him Homeschool, because that battle's going to cost us £1,000. We're never going to make £1,000 back on it. Now, if we can throw a major event headliner where the headliner is going to sell out 400 tickets, 500 tickets, and we make X amount profit, that profit then goes into stuff like Homeschool and CJ. We've always been open. We've never took, none of us at staff have ever took money out of Prem. So if we do a Shotty in New Jersey twerk and it makes £10,000, that 10 grand goes into the event. As
Mm-hmm.
long as we come out of an event breaking even and we make money on the back end, great. The bare minimum is to break even. Now, that doesn't happen a lot, but that's the bare minimum we want, is to break even. Unfortunately, booking a lot of these internationals on smaller cards don't do that. Unless, like I say, unless you've got a Shotty and a Twerk, a Shotty and a Tay-Rock, a Shotty and somebody else, you're realistically not doing it. Shufflo and Scapegoats might be the last UK battle, besides that didn't have Shotty in, that sold out an event. So yeah, if we can sell out an event on a headliner, we can start doing battles like that. Or we get sponsoring. The thing as well, and I said this to another battler, right? I'm not going to say who I said it to. But if you're a battler and you've got a decent buzz coming up and you want to start getting these battles, but you might not be at that point yet where we can financially invest, get yourself a sponsor. If you can get yourself a sponsor, come to us and say, look, I've got a sponsor. I'm going to wear the t-shirt or whatever. They're giving me X amount of money. I want to invest that into a battle with CJ or Homeschool or whoever. We'll give the facilities to do that. We'll put it on an event. There's been battles that have happened before. I'm not going to say who again, but there's probably been battles on cards where people have gone, maybe you didn't deserve that or whatever. But they've come to us and gone, look, I've got the money to book this battle. Will Prem host it? Yeah, we'll host it 100%. We might even help out. If it's a battle we see doing well, you know what, we can give you half the flight, or you've played the fight, we'll pay the accommodation, or you pay the fee, we'll pay the flight. We can work things out like that. It's not for everybody. It's got to be sensible. Obviously, if you can turn around as a battler and go, I've got a sponsor, or I've got X amount of money, or flight. Someone's done it with what do you call it when you have so many flights, like flight tokens or whatever.
Yeah.
Someone's done it with that before. They had flight points and they booked themselves an international. They flew them over, put them up in a hotel, and we paid the fee. We can do stuff like that. Platforms there for it to be done with. We just can't be expected to give everybody internationals when they don't make money or they don't get views. This is the thing as well. I'll go on a rant here. I don't want to. But like these internationals we booked, and it's not just internationals, it's UK guys as well. We booked them because Twitter or the forum have said this will be an amazing battle. And you know who cares about it when we book it? Twitter and the forum. 7% of them buy a ticket. The rest wait for them to come out on YouTube. So we just got to be sensible. We've got to be sensible, man. Matchmaking's the way to go forward now rather than names. Any Shuffle T battles coming up? Unfortunately not, mate. I think Shuffle has retired. The last conversation I had with him, he said he was done. So we'll see. What's the plan with Gem and the belt? I spoke to Gem the other day. Never know.
Never know.
Will we see matches? I need to speak to Bobby. There is potential Bobby Rex will be defending his title on the June card. I need to chat to him and see what he wants to do. But that is the potential. Obviously, I don't want to talk battle rap with Bobby at the moment. Unfortunately, he didn't get into Canada because his visa got denied, which is a massive blow. And obviously something he was looking forward to massively. So I'm going to chat to Bobby soon, see what his next plans are. But there's no pressure on that either. Gem, same again. Difficult fingers with a belt. Who's next in line for it? Who is next in line? No one's active at that level. Maybe the winner of this tournament gets to go up, but Gem. Send me the footage and I'll edit it. That's all. Did we film it, Cammy? If we filmed it, mate, I apologize. I haven't even seen. I was not told, and I haven't even seen the footage. I have
It was. I think Jan filmed it, or Jan and Dean went against each other, and Jan thought he was God's gift to battle rap. Just kept getting everything wrong, but I am sure one of them filmed it from memory.
Right. Okay.
Now he said that, it's just. I swear, it was one of them.
What event was it on, Cammy? Let me know and I'll see what I can find.
It was the second block of battles.
I don't think I've seen that in my file. I'll have a look though. Spoke to you guys about this. I think it's most time of the interviews on the first event. Yeah, the first taping was a bit hectic, wasn't it? Because pretty much every single person besides two people shown up. So every battle pretty much went ahead. We were still learning a little bit from it as well.
Yeah.
And total transparency.
Total. Just
Yannick got absolutely levered and stopped filming.
there you go.
We had a word with him. He sorted out for the next few. Realised it wasn't good enough, and he apologised, and he got better from there. But yeah, a lot of if you watched the video we put out on Patreon the other week, Bobby's backstage corner thing, the first one is a mess, which is why it's not on the main channel, because it looks like it was filmed through Yannick's eyesight at that time of day.
Yeah, that didn't go down well.
Right, I'm just gonna skim through quickly.
Oh shit, Rooney Day.
Yo, it's good, Avo. Good to see you in Canada, man. Stro wasn't there. Big up Ruin Your Day, man. I said to Avo the other day, we need to get Avo out, Ruin Your Day out to do a Prem event.
Fucking love Avo, you know. What a legend.
At one point. Good to see you though, bro. I'm still on feedback. I'll 7-8 prep with the gas. Yeah, there we go. Dojo's creating them himself, man.
See?
Let's have a look. Yeah, true, yeah. There's loads of stuff we could do, to be fair. We've just got to have the time. Just got to have the time. Obviously, this is the first time, not just we, anyone has done this, a series like this. So it's going to be things we can learn on. And we'll just sort of see where they end up. It's Short Circuit Undisclosed going to be back after the final. I don't know. There will be some form of event. I just don't know how that's going to look. I don't want to go through this year of work to just fall back into the same cycle. There will be development events happening. I know Stro, you after the last Undisclosed said that was the last Undisclosed. I think we even promoted it as like the final Undisclosed.
Yeah.
So whether we generate a new series, I think the staff just need to have a sit down and talk. Figure out what's next. You know, if this tournament ends up being a success, there's no reason we can't run it back and go for season 2. I'd love to do season 2.
I won't do another Undisclosed.
Yeah, I think Undisclosed Short Circuit for now, just on ice. But yeah, development events will be there in some format, whether it is an academy tournament, whether it is I'm not going to go into that because I'm not spoken to the staff about it. I don't know how it's going to work.
16 Undisclosed events. One of the longest reigning events in the UK, and I'm never doing it again. Undisclosed. Do other events, not Undisclosed.
Oh God, sorry guys. Jet lag is killing me. Falling asleep. Yeah, appreciate you, bro. Appreciate the work you put in as well at his scene. Who's got the best multis in the UK right now? Shotty Horroh.
Oh yeah.
Appreciate you, bro. Yeah, check him out, man. I don't know what I'm around with all the communities. Nice work. Nice work in terms of. Shut up, bro. Yeah, Cave, he probably just said that just before I started answering. Yeah, 100%. 100%. You know, I will never knock anybody who wants to invest in their own development or their own career. If you've got the money there to do it or the means to do it, a lot of battlers I speak to have hit me up about friends sponsoring Prem. You don't have to sponsor Prem. Sponsor yourself. Like, if your mate runs a alcohol company or a clothing brand, obviously, if he wants to sponsor Prem on a big scale, sponsor Prem. Like, I'm trying to do this without mentioning people's names. I had a battler reach out about one of his friends sponsoring Prem, and the price was too hard because he wanted to sponsor an entire event. Yeah, it was too high. But then he turned around and said, well, I've got X amount of money. What can I do? And I just said, well, sponsor your mate. Get your mate a battle. And he did. Like, paid for his mate's battle. Cost him a fraction of the price of sponsoring the entire event. Because don't forget, when you sponsor the entire event, if you've got the money, great, because your brand is across usually 8 battles, TikToks, Instagrams. If the Instagram at the minute, well, it was before we got shadow banned, was absolutely booming. You know, if you've got the money to do that, great. If you've only got $1,000 or $2,000, we can still figure something out, whether it's 1 battle, 2 battles. But if your mate that you bring into the table and he's willing to back his brand on you, then yeah, put yourself in it national. We'll give it. And Yeah, that's another one. That's another one. No, it happens, man. It happens. Same with the UK guys. Some UK guys pay to fly themselves out to other leagues because it's a great experience, man. You bring in a new fan base. You know, some battlers don't drink, some battlers don't smoke, some battlers don't do drugs. They've got a bit of expendable cash and they want to invest in themselves and go over to New York, go over to King of the Dog, go over to Germany. If you can do it, you've got the means to do it. You've got a sponsor that can help you do it. Why not? So if you've got a sponsor and you want an international, let me know. You know, we've got the August card. If we could get a nice battle on the card, obviously you might come to me with an absolute horrendous battle and I say, I can't put that on a big card. I can put it on a smaller one. Then, yeah, there we go. But there'll always be a plate for it. If you want to invest in yourself, there's nothing better for us as a company to go, we see that he's taking this shit serious. Nerds. I'm going to fly myself to iBattle next month. Jenny couldn't figure out the public transport to the venue, so drop out. Get an Uber. Put this in your phone, Ghast. Uber. Error. Error. But yeah, the tournament's going well. Round 3 of the tournament is starting this Sunday. Like I say, no comment. No comment. But he's a scouser and I'm battling him on Sunday. He doesn't like the storm because he likes the wonder. Yeah. Red Wolf, Kitnella, Ghast Buff, Sam S.A., Celeste Balsky. I mean, this week's stream, by the way, for those who just jumped in, is Red Wolf versus Kitnella, Quicksilver versus Sam Hypes, and myself versus Kingsley Thunder. Now, like I said earlier, Kitnella has to beat Red Wolf with Dub T not showing up this week against Crow. If Kitnella can win, puts himself on 6 points, finishes second in the group, and eliminates Dub T, the big pillow. Sam Hypes, Quicksilver. Sam Hypes and Quicksilver, both first and second. Whoever wins that battle cements themselves as the top of the group and gets the favourable position in the last 16. And myself and Kingsley Thunder is a must-win battle. Whoever wins goes through to the next round of the tournament. And I'll tell you now. Tell them now. Kingsley Thunder is a bitch. He's a no good, lying, horrible piece of human. Right? Now, what I will tell you is, it's probably the favourite battle I've done for a long time. Even if I win, even if I lose. If this was my last ever battle, it was a funny one to go out on.
It also provides one of my favourite moments ever in UK battle rap.
Yeah. It's a fun battle, man. It's a fun battle. I was laughing my head off when I was editing it as well, which is a good sign. Like, I'm genuinely not asked if Kingsley beats me on this one. But he won't because he's shit. So we move on. He's one of my favourites, Kings. But yeah, week 2 of the final 3 is Ghast Buff, Sam S.A., Yanef versus Seven Wave, and then Pagan versus Hamel. Another stats one. Ghast Buff and Sam S.A. both need a win. Yanef has to win by 7 judge rounds, and Pagan versus Hamel will decide who wins the Academy. Then we have Balsky versus Lester, Hulk versus Dojo, Frost versus Dub T. Balsky and Celeste. Celeste's already out, but if Balsky has to win to put himself into the next round, while Hulk, Sam S.A. doesn't win against Ghast, Hulk and Dojo, the winner of that goes through. The loser goes home. Frost and DeBurke is for first and second place. And then finally, week number 4 of the final block is B-Ramble versus Dynamic Mike. And then we go into Black T versus Dazzy Talk and Dojo versus Tech, which for you people who don't like to watch battles that already exist, tough luck. And then we get into the final 16, which is... I'm joking. Battle rap. Right. It's been a lovely stream seeing you, Stro. I've not seen you all weekend because I've been in Canada.
I hope you get smoked by Kingsley. I swear to God, I fucking hate you.
Oh, well, it's a funny one, innit? It's a funny old world. Oh, there we go. Before we go, Dojo, what's your go-to meal deal? Right, I'm gonna let you in on a secret. First of all,
Here we go.
I like the sun-dried feta tomato pasta. Right. I know it's a road choice, but listen. Bit of beauty, right? And I have to have Walker's cheese and onion baked crisp. Or Disco's. If I'm feeling a bit mad, Disco's salt and vinegar to absolutely burn the sin off me.
Just remember, you're meant to be from Salford, lad. Sort your fucking life out. Have you heard this?
All right, mate. I like an ham butter, yeah, with a side of machine gun. And then I do like an innocent smoothie. The kiwi one. It's nice. Go on, what's yours, Stro?
I'm butty with a side of machine gun.
I thought it was. Just get off. Come here, all day breakfast wrap. You absolute animal of a man.
Yeah, no, no.
Oh, Dub, shut up.
Yeah, we did your fucking pillow.
You big fucking double pillow. Cold eggs is diabolical, isn't it?
Yeah, no.
That is bad, Kings.
That is.
Hey, Kings, how you doing, mate? You looking forward to Sunday? I'm going to punch your head in. Right, any more questions before we wrap? It's been an hour and a half, and I'm tired. I had 12 hours sleep yesterday. That's how bad my jet lag is.
Shut up.
What did you have, Canada?
I'm not even entertaining it. I've had fucking voice notes. I'm not entertaining it.
What was your favourite battle of the weekend?
Shotty Horroh was amazing. Dunge Bizzle was amazing.
Yeah. Did you buy the pay-per-view?
I watched the pay-per-view.
Oh, bootlegged. You bootlegged the pay-per-view?
No.
Where'd you watch it then?
With a friend?
Who's your friend?
No, I watched it with Hamill.
Oh, you cuties. Where did you get a little room in that?
Yeah.
What?
He said he hopes at some point he gets the battle use because he's gonna smoke your fucking smudge into it.
Don't avoid. Where are you and Hamill watching King of the Dot together?
What do you mean? So obviously, I've known who he's mates with. I've known Wes for years. So then they were watching the pay-per-view and it was like, "You coming to watch it?" And I was like, "I'm gonna be honest. There was part of me that didn't want to watch it because I was so devastated that I wasn't there. I just went, yeah, fuck it, I'll come around and watch it." And then I sat through Sharon and Disaster. I thought, I can't do this anymore.
So you started kissing Hamill.
No, I went home. I thought, I can't deal with it.
So you didn't watch Shotty Horroh?
I watched it in the morning, which was the best decision that I've ever made in life.
It's the worst decision. You
No,
left.
it
Not
wasn't.
only did you leave Hamill alone,
With
your
Wes.
boyfriend.
With Wes.
No, Wes. Don't bring Wes into it. Wes came into this later on.
Yeah, okay.
It's like grey hoodie looks, isn't it? Grey beard Stro. Check how close he's got to get to read that. Get them.
I can't see shit and tell Koji. Fuck off.
I know, yeah, Kingsley. Where was Kingsley's invite?
Yeah, wait, more to the point. Why is Cole? I swear.
Where was my invite? I was in Canada.
Oh, fuck off, you absolute scumbag.
Oh, one sec, stay there. What's there?
Oh, here we go. He's going to go get the King of the Dot hat or the King of the Dot hoodie. He's a fucking little midget arsehole. Here we go. What is this guy doing?
Did you get one of them?
Do you know what I mean? And I knew it'd be some shit like that.
Did you get one? No.
Fuck off.
What's that? Let's put this on. Garrick said to me, "Briggs, you want to host this battle?" And I literally said, "Absolutely fucking not."
Why? In case you did. Thanks, bro.
Yeah, that's what I said. Thanks, bro.
Thanks, bro.
Nope. Don't retired.
Yo, do you know how gutted I was when I found out Iron Solomon was there as well? I was like, nah, this is a complete piss take.
Bro, we bumped into Iron Solomon in Tim Hortons. Right. I'm going to wrap it there because no one's putting any more questions in and I'm tired. I want to go to bed and think about Kingsley Thunder.
Kingsley Thunder. I swear I hope he smokes you.
If I go out this tournament, I am officially re-retired.
You say this and then you come back after a year because you get talked into it.
I was 2 years out, lad. 2 years out I was. And then Visual decides to be all famous and get a job at BAFTA and just leave his own abyss. Yeah. Dub T, you do not resemble Iron Solomon. What are you talking? What the?
Wait, in what way?
What way, lad? Shut up, Crow. I need to sign off here, but I need to see what way Dub T resembles Iron Solomon.
Yeah, I'm intrigued by this, you know. That's mental.
He's got off.
Of course he has.
I resemble Iron. You know what? I agree a little bit.
You know what? Just for that, I hope to God Kick Nelly smokes his next battle and eliminates him.
Like Iron Solomon. No, you don't, bro. What are you talking about? Fucking Cooper.
Oh shit, what is wrong with you? Oh no.
Yo, my bad, Cooper.
So unnecessary.
Oh, sorry.
Oh shit.
Oh, right. Iron Solomon. Oh. Right, yo, I'm going. I'm going off the 2 hours. Right, yo, we'll be back this Sunday. Where winning matters, round 3 of the tournament. Right. Round 3 of the tournament. Red Wolf versus Kitnella, Quicksilver versus Sam Hypes, and Bison Briggz versus Kingsley Thunder is on the stream. As I say, we've not got the segment sections films due to Feel Weird and 33 Onham Street shutting down this week, which isn't great. So if I can get them done in time, we'll do that. If not, we'll go live like this. I think it might be quite cool to go live like this and just have a proper immediate reaction with, you know, yourselves watching, and we can chat and talk about it as well. I think it might be a cool way to do it. Why are you assaulting me? Miles just assaulting me. But we'll see. We'll figure it out.
Punch his head in, Miles. Punch his fat little head in.
It's gone now. Right. I'm going to love you and leave you. Right. See you in a bit.
Bye.
Make sure you go watch Kingsley Thunder versus Kit Nelly. That just dropped on the channel as well. Go and run up the individual battles, man. Let's run them up. Iron Solomon, Kit Nelly's on the channel. Go and watch it. If he puts his glasses on. I'm going to make that as a picture in a minute. Right. I'm going.
All right.
In a bit.
In a bit.
Ciao. Hit subscribe, you perverts. Bye. Bye. Why are you still here? Encore, do you want more? See you in a bit.
Bye.